Baik, Anda masih bersama kami di segmen Bincang Halo Indonesia dan kita masih membahas sebuah konferensi yang digelar oleh Transformational Business Network atau TBN Asia pada tanggal 14 hingga 15 September esok di Jakarta. Kita kembali lagi ke Melvyn. Melvyn, a few days back, I've discussed with Mason Tan as your vice chairman in TBN Asia. He said that the size of market of social enterprise in Indonesia is quite big. So, and you're having the conference in Jakarta, Indonesia. Does this event try to encourage the local organization like philanthropists or charities to have the same things done like TBN Asia? I mean, like changing the paradigm from the nation to sustainability.
Yes, actually what we're trying to do is to provide a spark. So that hopefully the spark will catch on and it becomes a fire. But this fire doesn't kill, right? This fire spreads on because the issue of fighting poverty is so huge. So we need to get everybody aboard. And one of those things will be, there are a lot of big organizations, NGOs, foundations, yayasan. They actually has a lot of resources, but the struggle is how do you make it sustainable? If you can't make it sustainable, it will continue to be a philanthropy, continue to be a donation model. But on the other hand, there are a lot of small enterprises that are struggling. They have a great idea, but where the funds are not channeled to them, they cannot grow. And many of them, unfortunately, great an idea it is, they die. So we try to do this by bringing a connection, a matchmaking, a networking, and maybe a partnership together.
Okay, in making the connection, I like what you said. In making connection, it's just not easy.
Yes.
What are the challenges that are faced by TBN Asia?
Okay, for those big funds, some of them are coming from the West. They have a certain expectation, all right? And some of these small social enterprises might not meet their expectations. So that's one challenge, how to connect the mismatch. The other thing is the changing of mindsets, because a lot of organizations have been used to that kind of mindset, a funding mindset, a donation mindset, philanthropic mindset, which is very good. You know, great that there's money to be used by that, but to move into sustainability takes another challenge. It doesn't take just money, it takes a lot of training and mentorship and coaching.
Okay.
And then finding the right person with the right character and giftings to do. Such is the challenges.
Okay. It's what I listen to you. It's a bit complicated. I mean, like, we need to change the paradigm of the people, right? I mean, and it is not easy. So the question is that, how do you see the social enterprise can reduce the number of poverty?
There is never enough jobs, especially in poor countries, all right? Emerging countries, third world countries, to employ everybody. And the population growth always outgrow economic growth.
Okay.
So the way to help them is really entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
That's right. So more and more, they do not rely on, I'm trying to get another job because it's not available. But I've got an idea. Somebody helps me with the idea, helps me with the training, and I can make it. And that's the whole idea.
That's the whole idea. But talking about the whole idea that is successful, we can see what happened in Africa done by TBN UK.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit what happened in Africa and what can the things that can we bring to Southeast Asia?
Maybe I can give you just an example to see. I think about more than 10 years ago, in the poorest township of the Eastern Cape of South Africa, where unemployment is 85%, and then you got HIV like 30-40%. It's really miserable. So one of the funds that came from TBN invested in first buying a piece of land, 40,000 acres, and this is like wild land, you know, wasteland. And then they have to clear the land and employ the township people to build a fence around it.
Okay.
Okay. Then next, they start growing the trees, the shrubs, the bushes. then they start bringing in animals. In Africa,
Oh.
it's about safari, all right?
Yeah.
So you have got the big five, the elephants, the rhinoceros, the buffaloes, the lions, and the leopards. And as they grow, you are teaching the people how to take care of animals, to build a hotel there. That provides help for the poor people to learn hospitality, to learn F&B. And today, to cut the long story short, this safari park is listed on the London Stock Exchange, second board.
Wow.
That
that's
means
great.
they have achieved a certain level of sustainability, and the stakeholders, those who are working there, they got a share out of this whole thing, and they are taught financial literacy. They have a job. Okay, some of them who built the fences, they are encouraged to be their own contractors. So as you do that, you actually provide a multiplier. So that's one great example. Certainly it can be done in Southeast Asia. In fact, I can see there's a lot of dynamism already in Indonesia.
Okay. Other than Safari Park, do you have another or other projects done in Africa that can be suitable? Like Singapore, you don't have Safari Park.
No. For example, a toilet project.
Oh, toilet project.
Toilets, sanitation, clean water is very, very crucial because World Bank recognized that dirty water has counts for the stunted growth of children. In other words, it shortens their ability to be, to grow up and to be an adult. That's really bad. So one of the solutions would be build toilets for many of these areas that don't have toilets, for example, the slums and so on. But in Africa, they have a project where they sell the toilets. And whoever buys the toilets receive credits, okay? But in turn, how do they pay for the installments of the toilet? They actually rented out the toilets to the people in the
To the
slums.
people around.
Why would they use the toilet? Well, number one is that a toilet is clean. They have water, they have proper paper, and they can do it in the privacy of the toilet, all right? And as a result of that, number one, it cleans the environment. Number two, it gives them jobs. The thing is how to sustain the whole enterprise. The whole enterprise is that they need to take the waste, all right, and convert it to fertilizers and sell it. So it's like, okay, everybody win-win. So that's an idea that actually can be used in ASEAN.
Okay. I'm definitely excited to what you say, just like the projects done in Africa. But I'm going to ask you more question about that, but after the break.
Thank you.
Pemirsa jangan kemana-mana, tetap bersama kami di Halo Indonesia.